Welcome to my second Zen Tangle idea. You're going to need your art journal or paper, a flair pen, preferably black, patience, time, and your favorite creative music. I also recommend you check out the first Zen Tangle video because I go into way more detail there if you haven't seen it yet. This is my Zen Tangle tree, and I made it almost like a Christmas celebration. What are you celebrating? This one was kind of Christmassy, but you could also be celebrating nature. So I folded my page really gently, not too hard, and then I just kind of drew a line down the middle and two lines that met each other to make a triangle. Doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't even have to be this shape. I erased my line a bit because though I will be drawing over it, it was a little dark. And then I very carefully made a star by making kind of like the top of a triangle and then going up, across, and you can replay this part of the video if you need to, down, kind of like that, and then erase the lines in the middle. Simple star. It's a good thing to practice. Practice doing. Maybe I'll make a separate video on how to make these shapes. All right, then I took my flair pen and I just started making sections because remember, a Zen Tangle is just, there's no real plan. It's just different sections and almost like a coloring book. Each section has its own pattern. And for this one, I made the sections kind of in the shape of a Christmas tree or a pine tree. But again, you do what you want to do. I was just checking the center lines there. I drew a center line, and again, you can use your flair pen to go over it. Apparently, I had lots of thinking about this one. Okay, and then I just started making sections of the tree that were kind of spiky and squiggly and filling them in. Now, this one took me hours. It's sped up to 5,000%. You're seeing this 5,000 times faster than it actually took me because it's kind of boring to sit and watch it for too long. But take your time with it. This one I did lots of spiky lines in my tree because trees are often spiky. And so the inside of the tree is all straight lines. And again, you start with one and then you just keep adding those lines, adding those lines. This is my favorite way to Zentangle. In the outside of the tree, I thought I would do more swirly lines. So lots of swirly lines on the outside of my Zentangle tree. Taking my time, adding one line at a time. This one here, I did little spirals, flares. I started adding little details inside, some cross hatching, some shading. Cross hatching is just making little tiny dashes one way and then going over it and little tiny lines the other way. But really play with it. Here I made almost like Christmas lights and spirals. There is no right or wrong. This is really just about a free-form doodle. Whatever comes, comes. I had no plan for this one. I added a couple words. I added love. And then I realized it kind of looked like an eye, so I drew an eye. But there is no plan with a Zentangle. It just kind of unfolds. So give yourself time and space and see what unfolds. You can play around with coloring in certain sections with dense lines or with your other flair pen or markers you might have. Audrey made one that has lots of color in it. So I'll post that one to the page so you can see. And I just kept seeing where I wanted to add more. Where do I want to add more? Keep asking yourself, what would be interesting? Please share with me whatever you create if you feel comfortable doing so. And if you want, I can share it to the Zentangle page to inspire others. I really appreciate you creating with me today. Remember to give yourself lots of time for this one and patience because it's about practicing how we like to draw. So this is about getting used to drawing with different line styles, straight lines, curvy lines, concentric shapes, all sorts of things. different ways to practice art. Thank you so much for creating with me, and have a beautiful day.